on Blue Gum O'Brien's Link Road, and what can I say? 2 weeks has made a huge difference. Today's Sunday, the 1st of December. I was out here 2 weeks ago and commenting on how rough it was and how dry and dusty it was. We've had pretty much what seems to have been 2 weeks of rain, and now there's a couple of inches of dust, and now a couple of inches of mud. Yep, she's muddy. If we don't get any more rain, then this stuff will get tacky. But currently, it's a bit thick and a bit wet and a bit slippery. Jeez, it's, a lot of water's come down here. That's XL from O'Brien's Crossing Road through to Chettle Road. Continue up XL, take us through to Mill Road. Been a while since I was on this part of XL. Trying to remember which are the deep puddles and which are the ones I can get through. I know up at the far end I'm going to get stuck, I think. I know going to the right of that is going to be deep, so we get further right, see how we go, but probably should have got some momentum up. Let's see what happens. Not too bad. last video I was talking about trying to tweak the suspension, so it just softened off the compression front and rear, and it's done everything it's needed to do. So XL track and now down Old Blackwood Road is just rolling across everything. Direction change is easier, just how I thought it would be when I had the suspension done a year ago. So there's one caveat on me talking about getting the suspension sorted. Is since I rode last, I had the front tyre changed, had an MT21 on, which I had lost confidence in, and now have a Pirelli Scorpion Rally on the front. So it seems to be hooking up really well. But the other side of that is, you know, with the suspension tweaked with the MT21, have performed, you know, similar. Either way, I'm happy with my current setup. We'll see how things go across the day. I'm on the track that was in my conundrum video. It's not as wet and muddy as it has been in the past. Like during winter, you couldn't get through here at all. Oh, nearly fell in that hole. I'm back out at, I don't know, might call it Conundrum Falls. Haven't been out here for a few weeks. Last time I was out in this area, a lot of the creek, stream water had started to dry up. With the rain we've had in the last couple of weeks, it's kind of replenished the water supply, the stuff that's coming out of the mountains. The track in isn't as wet as it was in the past, which is surprising considering the rain. This really is the ultimate spot. A few days ago would have been a great place for a swim. Weather's turned a bit, so it's not that warm. When I first came out here, I noticed someone had cut the chair into the tree. It's a little bit like something you'd see out of a Tolkien story. This is Easter Monday track. I thought this would be a great track to see if this suspension is dialed in as I want it to be. So far so good. The rain's washed more of this track out, so we'll see what happens. so much better. I think we have it dialed in. This is Wheeler's track. Came up here 2 weeks ago. It was also closed over the over winter. When you look at the track, you kind of makes you wonder why they closed this one. That was deeper than I thought it was going to be. Just got oh. But seems every part of that puddle went straight through the helmet. Just went past, I think it was called Green Gully Track. Haven't looked at that. Leave that for another day. This is Loam Ridge Track. Again, this was closed over winter. It's pretty shaded in here, so the surface is pretty slippery. Didn't expect to see a forward drive. And the guy was wearing a suit. So going left is Wild Dog Track. That'll take you back onto Lerderderg Road. It was a little bit strange seeing a X-Trail coming down here with a guy wearing a suit. But, each to their own, I guess. I think in a previous video I called this Flow Track, only because I needed a name and it doesn't have one. I'll get that corner right one day and I'll come in really close to the right. So coming down there, I was only thinking, you know, you could come around the corner and face another bike because there should be a few around. Glad I came around that corner on a bit of a straight. It's like with most of these tracks out here, they're you know, accessible to four drives and motorbikes, so you just don't know what you're going to come across. to say, it's really nice being able to take a line that you want and knowing that the suspension's going to work and not throw you off or throw you around or buck you off or push the front out. This is Countess track. It was either come up here or Yankee Mine track. All roads lead to Rome. Hate those angled sticks. Oop. I'm on Amblers Lane. And even though my last few rides have been all the same tracks, I've needed probably something to measure against any adjustments in suspension and front tyre. Easiest way to measure it is to ride tracks that I'm familiar with, and even though track conditions change, it's the whole of the track and how I think the bike's handling. So coming down to the campground river crossing, what was bull dust 2 weeks ago, it's either going to be mud or it's been compressed enough that it's kind of a clay tacky base. I'll find out shortly. Well, that's much better. Or it's the tyre, or it's the suspension. This is still Amblers Lane, coming up from the river crossing. It appears that most of the bull dust has been compressed. It's now a little bit easier to get up. I'm on the return trip home. This is Blue Gum track. Been a good day. The bike's dialed in. It's doing all the things that it should. So we'll see how it goes next time I get out over towards the high country.